championship matchup between the number 2 seed 8-2 LDN and the number 9 seed the 6-4 Crazy Frogs. I'm Brent Bach and I'm joined by 3-time FPF All-Star Seth Galina. Seth, obviously these two teams, a lot of athleticism on both sides. It is the first time though they're meeting. They did not meet in the regular season, so first time they're going head-to-head. What kind of game should we be expecting here today?
I think if you're the Frogs, I would play a little cautious at first. This is a really good LDN team. We know that. This is a team. I played against them last year in co-ed 2. Threw a couple picks. We don't have to talk about it. They're good, man. And if you don't match their, like you said, both teams are athletic. But I think with LDN, they're very athletic. Like, if you don't match their speed, like, if you don't play conservatively and match their speed at first, just to feel out this game, it might get away from you. If they can do that, weather the storm early, we're going to get a great game.
All right, so both teams ranked in the top 5 offensively. The Crazy Frogs are the 3rd-ranked team offensively. LDN is the 5th-ranked team. Looking at the quarterbacks, that's where everything starts, right? Samuel Mambo from LDN, phenomenal dual threat quarterback. Same thing for Ed LaRue, the quarterback for Crazy Frogs, pardon me. Who do you think has the edge in quarterback play here this afternoon?
You know, they're both great. I think the one edge I would say is Sam just played. Just had 2 hours ago, just had a final himself, which they won, Division 5 final. Having that rhythm already built in once you get your first snap of the game, that's so important. Like, we know that in flag you can have weeks off, you can have months off. Having 1 hour off helps you quite a bit.
Okay, and of course, Samuel Mumbo winning the Division 5A championship, a member of the Reborn Prospects. They knocked off the Baby Sharks earlier today. So looking at the matches, right, again, a lot of athletes on both sides. Charles Verreau, right, a 3-time All-Star, phenomenal player, plays in some of the higher divisions.
Look, there's a lot of D1 players, both male and female. There's a lot of D1 players. Mm-hmm. That's why this is such an exciting matchup. I think with co-ed 2, what ends up happening is once the kind of, I hate to say it like this, but once the cream kind of rises to the top, you end up seeing a lot of tremendous athletes play in these semifinals and finals like we have today. There's so many good players here.
All right, so Verreau on one side, obviously, and I was going to say plays also in the men on men 5v5, 6-on-6, men's divisions as well. Has made a couple of all-star appearances there. Looking at, so in the regular season and the playoffs, obviously 2 different things. Sanya Longchamp had a pedestrian year offensively. Only a couple of receptions. She had only 2 touchdowns in the regular season, less than 10 receptions. So far, she has been the number 1 receiver for this offense, 4 TDs, averaging 8 yards a catch. What kind of impact do you think she's going to have here this afternoon?
A huge impact. MVP type of game I foresee.
All right, so Crazy Frogs have won the toss, so they like to start on D, and that's the case. If you're new to FPF, obviously, most teams elect to start on defense. Sometimes you see that in the pros, in the NFL, and the CFL, even in college. But in FPF, that it's a rarity for a team to win the toss and want to start on offense. Obviously, Seth, being more of an offensive player, if you win the toss, are you sticking to defense, or do you want to start on offense?
Well, you just defer and then let the other team make a mistake. That's how you do it. You defer and you let the other team make one of the dumb mistakes. We don't have it here. We're good. 1st and 10.
So starting on offense and not wanting to make a statement, that's out of the window, and a statement right there. Bad snap for a safety. First snap of the game.
We saw it in the Division 5 final, a snap over Sam's head. We see it on the first play of the game. You know what? I've lost the game where it happened on the last play of the game.
Right.
I'd rather happen on the first play of the game. Look, we pretend it didn't happen. We pretend that we lost the toss the whole time. We pretend that we start on defense. No problems. It's only 2-0. Here, now the game starts right now.
All right, so here we go. So the snap, unfortunately, was from the hands of number 24, Sam Safard. So a mistake, 2-0 lead. After the first play of the game, now Crazy Frogs start with the offense. Ed LaRue, number 6, the quarterback, gets the snap. He rolls to his right. Shovel pass to Verreau. Verreau gets tackled after getting 5, maybe 6 by the aforementioned Samuel Mambo.
I think that play should be illegal. That's my take.
I'll tell you what, we saw that play. I called about 6 games yesterday, and I saw that play in every single game, and there was a couple of teams in particular that ran it play after play after play.
But that's how they're getting, like, it's so, man, things are happening fast. Things are happening fast.
2nd and 2 right now. Pass to the left-hand side. It's caught by Mathis Danjou. So first down for her, extending the drive for the Crazy Frogs offense.
This is going to be a high-scoring game. I can feel it. This is going to be one of the games of the year.
Well, as I said at the top, right, both teams sitting in the top 5 offensively in co-ed 2. So a promising drive so far by LaRue. Again, Crazy Frogs up by a score of 2-0 due to the safety on the first play of the game by LDN. LaRue gets a snap. He looks to his right. Double QB option. He tosses it to Vero. Vero with the throw to LaRue. Oh, just a little bit off target. And I'll tell you what, Steph, that's a rare misfire there by Vero because the Vero to LaRue connection when Vero is a quarterback has been pretty on point this season.
This is why it's going to be really tough for LDN. Now, obviously, that was an incompletion, a throw a little over the top. This is a real flag offense. This is not an offense that thinks they're an NFL team. This is a flag. They know how to play flag.
LaRue, 4 receptions in the in the playoffs so far, 1 touchdown. LaRue is looking to scramble now. He goes up the middle, now goes to the right. Good tackle there in the open field.
First thing that has to change is, and I say this as someone who's played a lot of years co-ed, with a fast quarterback, you probably want to rush a fast guy. Like, that's a game changer. I've seen it too many times. You got to rush a fast guy, or else he's going to do that the whole game.
Ball just inside the 10. Quick pass.
Down at the 1.
Yeah, down at the 1. No, touchdown.
Wow.
Touchdown. That was number 2, Matisse Doncher. Her second catch of the game ends up in the end zone. 8-2 lead now for the Crazy Frogs.
This is going to be their issue for LDN on defense. Like, the quarterback is too quick. It's too quick. I kind of say it. I don't want to say it the whole game, but like, they're gonna be in trouble if they don't change the rusher.
2-point conversion coming up. Pass. Vero hangs on to it, and he stays in bounds. 10-0 lead now for the Crazy Frogs.
Man, you lose. You win the toss. Win the toss in 3 plays. I think maybe 5 total plays in this game so far. You're up 10-0. I'd say that's a hell of a way to start a championship game, man. All right, LDN just got to settle down. Settle down. Make sure the snap is good, and then we can play.
There you go. So much better snap now, this time from Safard. Second offensive play of the game. Pass to Safard. Pick up of about, this to be about 7, maybe 8 on the play. Yeah, let's call it 7. So second and third now coming up for this LDN offense. So we saw the rough start, right? First play of the game, and they give up the safety. Then the defense comes onto the field for LDN. They allow their opponents to march down the field, get into the end zone, and get the 2-point convo. If you're part of that LDN offense right now, what are you trying to do to settle things down?
Well, I think what they just did was great. Like, sit in the pocket, like, make your plays from the pocket, and then scramble when you need to later.
Another high snap brought down by Amambo. He looks to his left. He gets chased to his right, and he gets sacked.
It's tough.
Sack right there. It appears to be Charles Vero pulling the flag. So big sack. And I was going to ask you, Steph, so the one thing about this Crazy Frogs team, again, we look at their offense, switching now to their defense, they had 4 sacks total in the regular season, 0 so far in the postseason. That was their first sack right there. What I'm trying to say basically is they don't have a reliable rusher, so now having Charles Vero, one of their top corners, play rush.
Well, because you have to put it, co-ed is about matchups, and they are winning the matchup battle, rusher against QB on both sides. There it is again.
Pass in the middle. Oh! A seeing eye pass right there. Thought it was going to be intercepted, but it wasn't. Good catch.
Boy.
Big catch right there. But
what a throw.
By Longshot, yeah, exactly right. What a throw. We saw the safety coming over the top to try and make a play. You can see on the replay right here, kind of throwing off his back foot as well was a Mambo, but it worked. And Longshot making the reception, taking it up the right sideline for a massive gain. Putting the ball at about the 7-yard line now. So LDN and just a couple of players are already in the red zone.
Another running back formation. Loves his zone read plays.
High snap again, brought down. Amambo elects not to hand it off. Throw in. Nice defensive play there. Coming down was LaRue in coverage. The quarterback also plays defensive back. Batting down the pass intended for number 3, Kensley Joseph.
I think that Crazy Frogs feel like they can match up and play tight. Now, that is a bit of lanes, but at the same time, like, they feel like they can match up and play tight coverage. And that's man, if you can do that against a team like this, that's going to be very important.
Okay, I'm going to ask you something about their coverage after the snap. Amambo, he hands it off this time. Running towards end zone, tackled well short was number 2, Stella Jean-Georges. So you talked about playing man defense, right, for the Crazy Frogs. How do you beat that if you're LDN, especially in the red zone?
Double moves. always double moves, in and out on the goal line, that type of thing. Now, I think they were probably in lanes there the last couple of plays, but it plays out like man coverage type thing. But they'll feel comfortable doing that. I think that, trips, here we go.
Yeah, trips to the right for LDN.
He likes his number 2, the innermost receiver on trips to run a back of the end zone, hook or in. We'll see if he hits it there.
Yeah, Mambo brings down the high snap again, goes to
That's
his
what he was
right.
looking
Quick
for.
throw!
Oh, Lord.
And that was a drop, though, I think, by Jean-Georges. The defensive back came over. Let's see on the replay here. Defensive back came over, but I think he might have actually missed the ball. Let's see here on the replay. So number 0, the defensive back fighting through the bodies. Yeah, I think he missed the ball there. And that was Xavier Tremblay.
That was could have been a pick six. That would have been a huge, huge play in the game.
Yeah, again, Tremblay trying to make the pass deflection right there. He couldn't do it. Tremblay, of course, lost yesterday. His team, the Goons, losing in the finals yesterday. Heartbreaking loss for Tremblay.
Showing man-to-man. Oh, a lot of time with the rusher
Mambo
offside.
gets it. Yes, it'll be a
Just
free
gotta
play
wait.
essentially right here. Pass to the end zone off the hands of Jean-Georges again. But again, oh no, they're saying turnover on down. So no flag on the play there.
Yeah, the rusher came back.
Yep. So yeah,
Legal
you're allowed.
play.
Yeah, exactly. So you're allowed. So if the rusher
And
goes
there it
outside,
was again. That was pure man-to-man coverage.
so what you're allowed to do as a rusher, if you go offside, that means you're supposed to be 7 yards back from the line of scrimmage. If you advance before the ball is snapped, you're offside. But you're allowed to reset, get back to the rusher line, the rusher cone, if you will, reset yourself, and then continue to rush. And that's what happened there with Vero. So turnover on downs, big stand by the Crazy Frogs defense now, commanding lead right now, 10-0 in this contest, but they get the ball now at the 1 yard line. So we see official on the right side, Bruce Hogan, forgetting to set the first down marker, 10 yards down. So now play continues. Leroux gets the snap, shovel pass to the left to Tremblay, makes one man miss, trying to make another. Solid tackle there after a gain of about 6, maybe 7 on the play.
Same little shovel pass, this time to the other side of the field to start the drive like they did last time. Tough. It's a tough play to defend. Like, you don't want to overplay the shovel. Even if you know it's coming, you don't really want to overplay the shovel because they will hit you with something else. But it's just something to keep in mind if you're LDN. Like, hey, first play, so far, 2 drives, shovel pass on the first play of both drives. Here's trips.
So trips to the left now for the Crazy Frogs offense. Second and about a long 3, maybe 4. Leroux gets the snap. It's going down deep. He has a player wide open on the sideline. Oh!
What are we going to call here? No catch.
Yeah, they're saying, incomplete. I think that's a good call there by the official on the left-hand side. We saw the receiver there. That was number 2, and Matisse Danjou. She had the ball for a second, but once she tried to make a movement with it, she dropped it.
What a great play call. The rusher wheel and a great throw, and then she's coming down. As she's doing the ballerina, she's twirling around, can't grip the ball. Great play, though.
Yeah, Danjou, the snapper, as you were saying, good wheel route by her. Double quarterback option again over to Vero.
Oh, boy.
Vero's going to run. He has a ton of space in front of him. And a good tackle there in the open field by Joseph, but not after a gain of at least 7 or 8 and a first down for Crazy Frogs.
This is the problem when you play against an offense like this. You need specific answers to the test.
Right.
And right now, LDN does not have those answers because it's going to keep coming at. They're going to throw another double pass. They're going to throw the shovel. They're going to throw they're going to go trips and run the snapper on the wheel. Like, those are such specific flag stuff. Here it is again.
And there's another shovel pass again. You called it.
Like, you need answers or else they're just going to play with you the whole time.
You see number 4, Kaylee Bernard. They're getting the catch. Pick up of about, say, 3, maybe 4 on the play.
And, like, they're okay with that on the 1st and 10. Because eventually there's going to be some sort of fake shovel. They're going to go over top, do something like that. So they're okay with getting a few yards because they're going to have a big play eventually out of it.
Here comes the move. Fake the shovel. He's going to run now. Takes it to the sideline. Good tackle in the open field there by Joseph. Near the sideline. A gain of only about 2 yards there on that scramble by Leroux. And so, Seth, now what that does, and that small gain on that run, you can't run on back-to-back plays in Flag Plus football. So now you know right now the Crazy Frogs have to pass. If you're the LDN defense, are you looking to play man here? Are you looking to play zone? What are you looking to do?
Yeah, I'm playing zone. I think that they probably have enough ideas versus man. I think they have some good matchups versus man, so I would probably play zone.
All right, so let's see what the Crazy Frogs offense do.
Man.
Gets a snap, toss to the flat.
Oh, what
to
a
left-hand side.
play.
Yeah, good defensive play
What
there.
a play.
Nice bat down. Ball intended for Tremblay, batted down by number 24, Sam Safard.
What a play by Sam Safard. Like, that's what you want to do versus man, right? Run routes that break in either direction or deep, obviously. Runs a 10 out, has separation, ball's thrown a little behind, and Sam makes a freaking great play. Big play here, man. 4th down.
Yeah, 4th and about 3 right here.
I think we're getting man-to-man again. Now does he see it pre-snap?
So LaRue gets a snap, double quarterback option again. LaRue's looking to run. He says he throws to the end zone. Touchdown. Xavier Tremblay, and you saw right there, set the defense bit up. They thought LaRue was going to run because it was short yardage. He elected to pass at the last second and found a man wide open for the TD.
Look, it's all a trickle-down effect from not putting your fast guy as a rusher. Because now the quarterback breaks contain, you're playing man coverage, and the corner stops his feet thinking, hey, I got to go stop the quarterback because he broke contain because the rusher can contain him, and then we go down the field for an easy touchdown, 16-0.
1 point converted 10, pass over the middle.
17.
Yeah, good job by LaRue. Went to his right, threw to his left, had a player wide open. 17-0 lead right here for the Crazy Frogs.
Yeah, this is a game that spirals, and I've been on the other side of playing against an offense like this where it spiraled out of control, and I know I get what LDN is thinking right now, playing against this type of offense. It's tough. They got to score. They got to score like right now.
So just more than 6 minutes remaining, as you can see on the clock at home. Left here in this first half. It has been a donut on the scoreboard so far for LDN. Let's see if they can respond now on the next offensive drive. So Mambo gets a snapper. Look, a change of snapper also for the LDN offense. And a nice run by Amambo down the right sideline. Picks up more than enough for the first down.
Great play. Beating the rusher. Didn't have much down the field. Beats the rusher. Got to keep his hands down if you're Charles Verreau.
So the same before, a change of snapper. So it was Sam Safard again who had the bad snap for the safety on the first snap of the game. He was in there for the second offensive series. Now it's number 11, Ishak Cassiazoo, who's that snapper. He's been busy in his postseason so far, 172 yards, 1 touchdown on 19 receptions. Here comes Azoo over the middle, tries to make a player miss.
Nice tackle.
Yeah, good tackle. You're absolutely right. So pick up of about 8 yards right there. So a good catch and run by Cassie Azoo.
It's good finding the open receiver, keeping it simple. You're going to have to eventually create explosive plays down the field or with your legs if you're Sam Momombo. Like, that's fine too. You don't have to yet. We're not. It's still the first half. It is a big lead. It's still the first half.
Well, he did have a supposed to play a few plays ago down the right sideline on a pass. Oh, well behind the intended receiver. And that's a pressure right there by Verreau in the face of Amambo. Yeah, pass intended for Nor Sassy.
And, you know, one of the differences, you look at this Crazy Frogs defense, they will rotate coverage. They will try and trick you, and that's what happens there. He doesn't like his first read. They rotated the safeties. Has to hold on to the football.
And Amambo running down the left side. It looks like it's going to be enough. Yeah, it will be enough for a first down. He gets the ball at the 11-yard line. So you talked about it. Sorry, tight coverage right there, Seth by the Crazy Frogs defense, but a good run right there by Amambo.
And I think Charles is gonna make a sack or two in this game, but for the most part, Sam can beat him, right? Like Charles is not like this elite rusher. He's doing it. He's doing a job right now because they have to play him at rusher. So Sam is gonna have some opportunities.
First down snap here. Amambo looks to his right. And that pass, I think Verreau might have got a piece of that one there. Intended again for the snapping Cassie Zoo.
Looks like it was man coverage again.
So, yeah, you're right. So the Crazy Frogs are playing man coverage again. So they're in the red zone, a little further away, though, than what they were last time. How do you beat that? Like, if you have a little bit of space now, how do you beat that if you're the LDN receivers?
It's always double moves. It's always man-to-man equals double moves and routes that break hard in or out or post.
Right, so let's see if LDN elects to go that way. Fake slant, pass over the middle, caught by the snapper. Good tackle, saving a touchdown right there.
But gain of 9 yards, so it's going to be 3rd and 1.
Yeah, Bernard saving.
And like, so it's two things here. If you're playing against this Crazy Frogs defense in your LDN.
So Bernard saving the touchdown. So the referees are saying it's 3rd down. The players, at least in Crazy Frogs, are saying it's 4th.
I believe it's 3rd.
I think it's 3rd down, to be honest. But let's wait and see. Yeah, 3rd down exactly. The officials were right. Perhaps a little gamesmanship there by Crazy Frogs, trying to convince people it was 4th down.
So now are we going to get tight man again, or are we going to get lanes on the goal line?
Oh, let's find out. Snap, Amambo looks to his right. Pass to the fly. Oh, and that's dropped, and that would have been a first down. That's Jean-Georges. I think that's about a 3rd drop of the game right there, and that's a huge one because that would have gave them the first down.
She's a good player, too. Like, she'll pick it up. She'll make some catches as this game goes on.
Yeah, second leading receiver this postseason coming into the game. 5 receptions on 6 targets for 47 yards and 2 TDs. Would have had her 6th reception right there, but again, unfortunate drop. So now setting up a big 4th and 1. We saw Crazy Frogs last time made a goal line stand with their defense. Can they make another one to keep that shutout on the scoreboard? Well, snapper goes outside. Oh, they're calling false start, though. It's going to be on the receiver, number 6.
That's rough.
That's Anissa Bushmela going offside. So should the offense will go back 5 yards here. So instead of a 4th and 1, it's going to be now 4th and 6.
To me, that and this is different. Like any play inside the 5-yard line, I think you're okay. But now you're at the 7. Like now you can score. You can get a first down without scoring. But at the same time, like you got to. Routes have to develop now. You're a little further. Routes have to develop. It's going to be a little tougher.
So let's see now again being backed up after the penalty. Let's see what LDN does. Snap. Amambo looks to his right. He throws there to the end zone. Off the fingers. Oh, caught. But out of bounds. Great defensive play there by LaRue. Getting a hand on the ball, knocking it away. The receiver was able to make the catch, but unfortunately he fell out of bounds. And that was a snapper again in Kasi Azu. So with 40
really on that one, you can see it's just the spacing between the 2 receivers. So LaRue plays that route that goes inside of him, but that corner route is right by him. The spacing isn't good. He's able to come off the route that he's actually covering and make a play. And minute 34 left, 17-0 with the ball again, Crazy Frogs.
Snap to LaRue, looks to his left. Hits Tremblay, he's tackled right away. So, yeah, the scoreboard here in the complex says 90 seconds and counting now. Another scoreboard you have at home is frozen actually at 49 seconds. So, yeah, you're right, Steph. So, it's about a minute 20 and counting now remaining here in the first half. So, second and about a long 2 right now.
They're going to try and milk this clock and score as late as possible. Or not.
LaRue gets a snap. He's going deep to Vero. Good defensive play, getting back in coverage at the last second. Looked like he was burnt, but the defensive back was able to jump up there and make a play that appears to be at number 3, Kensley Joseph.
They got the safety down. What do you like versus a safety down? I think that should be more of a hard post. That's the way I would like it. Hard post across the field. You have so much space, especially when you get the safety low, whether it was man or just cover 3 and the safety was low. Run across the corner's face. Then the ball was a little outside, and it allowed the corner to make a good play.
Comes to LaRue now. He gets the ball on 3rd, looking to run. He does. He picks up the first down.
What a tackle.
Ooh, he gets tackled. Will it be short? No, just picked up the first down, but about a yard, maybe 2. So 57 seconds remaining in the first half.
He's going to beat the rusher every time unless they change. I mean, that's the game. If they don't change rushers, I mean, it's already 17-0. And if they don't change, and they're getting the ball to start the second half, so if they don't change rushers, like it could be a long day for LDN.
Yep. So obviously with the pro clock, the clock is running right here.
Here's a little shovel pass. Nope.
And LaRue gets a snap. He looks to his left. He's going deep. Wheel route again. Caught by Danjou. Does she get into the end zone? No, she doesn't. Tackle that about the 2-yard line, but a first down for Crazy Frogs.
Yeah, so same formation that they ran the snapper wheel last time. They do it again. They get it. Another really nice throw. Man, this offense is humming. And I just keep saying the same thing. Like it's not like they're running a ton of different plays. They're just running the right plays. and they're running flag football plays, and you need a flag football answer for that, and LDN just doesn't have it.
So Leroux gets a snap now. He rolls to his right, throws to the side of the end zone, out of the hands though of Vero. Rare drop there by Charles Vero. 21.5 seconds remaining on the clock.
And they're honestly they're okay with this. They don't want LDN to get the ball back, even with 15 seconds, because LDN can be explosive. So yeah, you're not trying to not score right now, but they're not in such a hurry, and second and goal from the 2, they're okay.
So Leroux giving some last minute instructions to his receivers. Gets behind the snapper. Gets the pass, goes to his right, pass it. Oh, and off the hands of the receiver. A drop right there by number 5, Frederic Leclerc.
Yeah, now we're getting a little into maybe we should score territory, but still 18 seconds left. You got 2 downs. People have been open on both plays, the first and second down plays, so I don't think they're really that worried.
So about 11 seconds remaining on the clock here. Leroux and his offense still have a little bit of time now to make a play, maybe a second one as well. Leroux gets a snap, rolls to his left, thrown to the back of the end zone, caught, touchdown! Crazy Frogs extend their lead, another touchdown for them, and this game is starting to look like it's going to get out of hand.
Going for 2 now, up 23-0. Like you said, this game is getting out of hand.
Yeah, the touchdown right there was by Danjou. So 2-point conversion here, attempt at least for the Crazy Frogs, looking to make it a 25-0 lead. Of course, right now they're up 23-0. Leroux pass to the corner of the end zone, over the heads of both players who are down there. So 23-0, 7.4 seconds remaining on the clock. If you're LDN right now, Steph, are you just taking a knee and going to the second half, or you're going to try and maybe get a long bomb and Hail Mary off?
You got to score, man. The other team gets the ball. You got to score, or else it's going to be tough. So I would, you have enough time to maybe 3 plays, maybe, but really 2 plays. If they play off, which they are, Crazy Frog just playing off, you got to hit the ball down the sideline, get out of bounds at about 15 yards. That's, you don't want to live in a world where you're throwing.
And that's what I was going to ask you. I was going to ask you, do you want to cut the field in half here, or do you want to take a shot?
Have to cut it in half.
So
to
chips
the
to the right.
Receiver. Throw it to the ISO.
Amambo gets the snap. Quick pass to the right-hand side.
Go out of bounds.
Oh, and a slow run out of bounds there by Jean-Georges. And she took too much time off the clock. So, yeah, that'll do it. End of the first half. 23-0 lead right now, commanding lead for the Crazy Frogs over LDN. Not what we expected here in this Co-Ed 2 championship, but that's what it is right now. Can LDN respond and make it a game? We'll find out in just a few moments.
I think that. Wait, don't switch to camera. I think that this is a team that, in Crazy Frogs, that is just a bad matchup for LDN. Clearly LDN's a good team. Yeah. Clearly they know how to play. Okay. This is just as bad of a matchup. Are the individual players better or worse than the other players on the other side? No, they're about equal. But we have a team that is that is in their bag, as they say, and a team that is very much struggling to catch up to all the stuff that the Crazy Frogs are throwing at them.
So again, you look at the tail of the tape, right? You look at the rosters. For Crazy Frogs, they only have 6 players playing in this game right now, whereas LDN, they had 11 eligible, but they have 10 on the field right now. So you figure maybe someone gets a little tired for the Crazy Frogs. You want to wear them out. That hasn't been the case. The team with the less players seems to have the most zip right now, the most energy. But you talked about it, right? Just one team is just outplaying the other in terms of playmakers. And we talked about playmakers at the beginning of this broadcast, right? If you're LDN, and it's not just their offense, it's their defense as well, right? They're giving up a lot of open routes, a lot of open passes. How do you kind of settle things down defensively if you're LDN?
First thing is you get to change the rusher. Don't let the quarterback out of contain. Now he's a fast guy, but he's not like the fastest guy you've ever seen. So change your rusher, get the matchups, and then, maybe it's playing, matching up, person on person in terms of like the skill set versus the skill set. Maybe playing more man coverage, maybe playing more rotating your coverage. Like they're playing a lot of cover 3 with the safety deep or man. Like maybe rotating the coverages, rotating the safeties. If not, if you rotate the coverage, you might get a pick. The quarterback doesn't see what's happening. You might get a pick out of it. You need that right now. You need like 4 picks to get back in the game.
And offensively for LDN, obviously, we've seen a lot of mistakes, right? If you're Sam Mambo, I mean, you're a quarterback yourself. If you're Sam Mambo, what do you tell your team in the huddle? Because there's been a lot of drops right now from his receivers.
Basically, when you're getting man, you got to run the routes that break, like I said. And then when Crazy Frog runs their crazy safety rotations, that's where you got to hold on to the ball, let them rotate. Let them tire themselves out by rotating, and then find the open receiver. We'll see what happens.
All right, so Crazy Frog start the second half of the ball. And
Here
a
we
sack
go.
right there. There you
Here
go.
we
Exactly. Big sack to start the second half. So that's Sanya Longshot. We talked about her on offense. She's been great on defense. 4 sacks in the postseason so far, and a big one right there. So now second and long now facing the Crazy Frogs offense.
But that's what I'm saying. And I know he called it in the huddle to throw just a 9, a go ball. But when they got man coverage, that route should adjust to a post, and it would have been a touchdown.
So loss of about 5 yards on the sack. So now setting up 2nd and 15 now for the Crazy Frogs offense. The road goes to the corner route. His Tremblay tackled after the catch there by Safard.
When you need to play in flag football, 6-on-6. Honestly, when you need to play in tackle football in the NFL and college, what do you call sail route? Go by the outside receiver, a 10 out or 10 corner, 8 corner by the slot, and a flat route by someone from the other side. It's usually the snapper. It is always open.
So Tremblay for 12-yard gain right there on second now. Setting up now 3rd and 3 for this Crazy Frogs offense. Just a little bit shy of midfield. The Rule gets the snap now, goes to the right. Oh, and a pass. The receiver was open, but the pass a little too far there, intended for Donjou. So now setting up a big 4th and 3 right now. And I got to ask you, Steph, if you're LDN and you can make the stop here, how much momentum does that give you?
It starts the ball rolling in your direction. It's not picking up steam yet, but it at least starts the ball rolling in your direction. They need this play. I mean, this is it, right? Like, you're down 23 points. You need to stop all the time. Like, you cannot give up anything, so they need this play. Trips, are they going to get the wheel route or the shovel?
Yeah, so trips to the left here from the Crazy Frogs.
There's the wheel.
The wheel is coming, and it's open again.
She's in.
Bad adjustment once again by the LDN defense. That's the 3rd time in a row they've run that play, and the Crazy Frogs, except for one catch where the receiver can hang on to the ball or get a feet in balance, and has been successful besides that. Big first down by the snapper.
Nice catch. She is definitely in.
Yeah, Donja has been money so far this evening for her squad.
Like I said, it's not a lot of plays. They're just calling the right ones. Quarterback's making a lot of good decisions here. And that's why I say, like, rotate your coverage, do some funky stuff. You might leave some people open, but at least you can jump routes and stuff because you need to get back in the game now. Like, you can't wait. There's under 17 minutes left. Like, you can't wait. You got to get a jump on a route or something.
It's about the 9-yard line. LaRue rolling to his left, throws across body, tipped up in the air and out of bounds. Amamo there with some good coverage on the back end.
So, and that's the play they have off of the shovel pass. Might just be a read. It might not be like an actual play progression, just a read progression. Just throws it a little bit behind, but he also had 2 receivers in the same area, so maybe there was some miscommunication there.
Second down from the 9-yard line for the Crazy Frogs offense. 2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Base formation for the Frogs. Pass to the end zone. Juggled and picked off. LaRue intercepted after deflection. The ball bounced off of looks like about 3 pairs of hands right there. And Amambo coming down with the INT.
It starts. It's got to start somewhere.
So LDN now for a little bit of life right here. Let's see if they can capitalize on it now.
Honestly, one of the first, like, kind of wasn't the worst decision of all time, but one of the poorer decisions by the quarterback LaRue in this game, who's been honestly perfect. Little bit of a tight coverage, though he did put the ball in an okay spot. Receiver, not his fault that it got intercepted for sure.
So they pick up the ball, start with the ball pretty much at the 10-yard line. That pass, looks like Farrell might have got a piece of that. He pulled the flag, obviously, of a Mambo, but the pass just kind of falls incomplete in front of the intended target.
Yeah, now like they're looking. It's tough. It's tough. A lot of their routes are running into the zone defenders. They're not really creating that spacing, the conflict on the defenders. Same play. Same
And
result.
here's a sack. Yeah, exactly. So now the sack is good there by Vero. So
There's
lots
just-
of
right now-
5 there on that sack by Vero.
Right now, there's just not enough in LDN's. Again, we said it before. There's just not enough in LDN's bag to get to create conflicts on the Crazy Frogs defense. So, back-to-back plays, you run the same play, trying to get this routes over the middle of the field, thinking it's man coverage. It's not man coverage on both plays, and you have a problem. Here's a running back in the backfield.
Yes, this usual formation, or formation definitely the LDN favors. And here is the handoff. So Jean-Georges there with the carry, getting some of those sack yards back. Actually, she got them all back, so she got a gain of 6 right there.
I think my issue with that play is, like, if you're gonna run the football, who do you want running the football? If you're gonna call a run play in flag where you can't call consecutive run plays, who do you want running the ball? You want your best, your quarterback, who's your best player, with the ball in his hands. So they do get the sack yards back. Big third down here. Fourth down.
Here's a play on Mambo going deep to the right-hand sideline. He has a player. Oh, there was a player open. It looks like, and that was Sassy. I'm not sure she either misjudged the ball or
Well,
what there.
they came back with the wheel themselves, right?
Yep.
They've been getting the wheel on defense. They saw it. They said, let's call it ourselves, and overthrown. She was open though.
Yeah, definitely a bit of an overthrow right there. Again, I was wondering if the receiver, not sure she misjudged the ball, thought she didn't have to put as much speed into that route. Because, yeah, she was wide open. That would have been a touchdown for sure. But fortunately for LDN, they not only give the ball back to their opponents, they give it back now deep in their own territory. Crazy Frost taking over now at the LDN 11-yard line. LaRue gets a snap, looking to put the nail in the coffin.
Same play.
Yeah, right to Tremblay. He makes the catch this time.
Bobbled it a bit, but he makes the catch. Same coverage, same play. It's like Groundhog Day.
Long shot with the tackle right there. So now it's first and I want to say 4 here right
Second
now.
down.
Pardon me, sorry, 2nd and 4 right here, I should say. So obviously, Crazy Frogs looking to punch the ball in the end zone, but if they can, at least they're looking to get a first down to extend this drive. They have a lot of opportunity, though, again, on 2nd down. Rolling to his left is LaRue. He's going to run. Touchdown, Edouard LaRue. And the Crazy Frogs extend their lead now 29-0.
Not in the red zone. All you got to do is beat the rusher. A great play after he beats the rusher, but it's too easy right now. It's too easy.
So just more than 12.5 minutes remaining here in the second half, and this game has been all Crazy Frogs.
I've been on the other side of a championship game blowout. It's not fun. It's not fun, man.
I've been on the winning side of a championship game blowout. I can tell you it is a lot of fun, but yeah, I understand what you're saying. So right now the Crazy Frogs looking to make it a 31-0 lead as they go for a 2-point conversion here. The roof pump fake to the right, and he ends up going there on the second attempt, but over the hands of the receiver and number 5 there in Leclerc. 29-0. I mean, there's not much more to say than that. If LDN wants to stage a comeback, they're going to have to do it and do it now. They're running out of chances, running out of time here in this contest.
Honestly, it's the time that's the biggest thing because this clock is going to run. This clock will not stop until the end of the game at this point. The chances that they can get it to within a 16-point game before that 2-minute warning is going to be tough, and that clock is going to run. You got 11 minutes and 30 seconds left.
Amambo fake going to the right. They ended up going there after all.
And now if you're Crazy Frog, like, man, just let them kind of march the field. If they score, they score. But if you can allow a touchdown on like a 7-play drive, like, you're good, man. You're good.
And as an actual, what does that say about the awareness right now of Amambo and his offense? They need to be fast-paced here.
They got to go. fast-paced, and they got to just throw the ball up sometimes.
Mambo looks to run. He passes to the right. Bounces off a receiver's hand and falls incomplete right in front of the feet of Tremblay.
Yeah, like incomplete pass, the ball rolls 20 yards down the field, you go bedded, now you huddle. Like, I understand that there's probably the chances that they come back in the game are like slim. I understand that, but if they want to, they got to go down the field now, and they got to go no huddle.
Here's a chance, short yardage situation here. LDN needs about a yard and a half for the first down, and they get it. Good catch over the middle there. Contested catch by Casey Azul. He was actually kind of fighting the ball as he caught that one. Yeah. Good catch by him.
Good catch.
So they move the change. Yeah, there you go.
Gotta go.
Better late than never, I guess, if you're LDN. Mambo calls for the ball. He gets it. Fakes to the left. Goes to the right. Hits the receiver on the sideline who should be getting out of bounds, but he doesn't. And that's Safar, their number 24.
With the Crazy Frogs defense, like if you don't realize what's going on, because they rotate, it's not random how they rotate their players in coverage, but it allows things to be open down the field.
On a pass back over the middle to the snapper, lost the ball near the goal line.
So, like, I've always said the way to beat these rotating defenses is just to hold on to the ball and let them rotate. Let the corner shoot to the middle of the field. Well, if the corner's shooting to the middle of the field and you run the receiver on a go route, well, there's a chance that the receiver's going to be open. But it's like you got to let them rotate themselves, kind of tire themselves out with the rotations, and then throw the ball down the field.
It's a first down now, first and goal at the 2-yard line now for LDN, looking to get their first touchdown of the game. Pass to the corner. Oh, hit the official there right in the stomach. And unfortunately, that wasn't the intended target.
I think maybe an offensive pass interference. There was so much man. Yeah, there it is. Great call by the referee, actually.
Yes, third down. Yeah, you're right. Flag on the play. So it's going to go against Casey Azus. We saw he was running that corner route. He kind of pushed off on the defender. And
clock is ticking.
So it looks like the Crazy Frogs declined. We definitely saw the flag being thrown because the Crazy Frogs declined the penalty.
Pass anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, because it would be second and about 5 yards back, I should say. Pass to the end zone through the hands of the intended receiver. Once again, the snapper and Casey Azu. So just to go back to that penalty like you're talking about, right? It was declined because it would have set up second down instead of third down.
And now,
so now
it's fourth down.
Exactly. You did a quick math right there. So fourth down and
so
goal from the 2-yard line.
So they got what they wanted. That man-to-man defense, what do you do against man? Routes that break. The snapper gets open, just the ball is a little too off. And that's kind of what it's been a little bit. I think schematically they were beat today, LDN, but also off by an inch or two in a lot of places on offense.
So let's see what they decide to kind of close that gap, to close those inches up. LDN here offensively, fourth and goal from the 2. And that's going to be a false start. So LDN doing themselves no favors right here. So instead of having the ball from the 2-yard line, they're going to have it back from the 7 now.
And the clock continues to run on a no play. Yep. Because that's just how it is.
So number 10, Ketsia Lacroix, taking the penalty for LDN. Lacroix, 4 receptions for 23 yards and a touchdown coming into tonight. So fourth and goal now from the 7 for the LDN offense. Again, looking for their first points of the game with 7 minutes and counting remaining in this contest. Double quarterback option now for LDN. Kasia Zoo has it. Looking to hit his quarterback, Amambo. Goes to the end zone. Touchdown! LDN, they get on the board.
Nice catch.
Samuel Amambo.
Nice catch. Wow. That is a nice catch. And if you're LDN, at least you can clip one play for Instagram tomorrow morning.
Wow. At least you're not getting shut out, I think, is a more important thing. But hey.
Sick catch. Wow.
Yeah, Mumbo. So I'll be honest with you, man. I think that pass was intended for Jean Shores in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, I think so.
But Amambo reaching up there and saying, you know what, I'll take care of this. Let me make sure we get something here. So now, obviously, LDN going for 2 to make it a 29-8 game here. Let's see if they could pull it off. Double quarterback option again. Casilla Zeus is back. Amambo's going to run. Can he get it in? So he does, but a flag on the play here. Not sure if it's going to be a flag guard or
No
no.
flag,
So
no
that's
flag.
waved off. Yeah, so the convert is
2
in.
points.
So 29-8 lead now for the Crazy Frogs.
The Crazy Frogs, all they have to do is not throw a pick on the first play, and they're just let the clock run. Even if you punt on 4th down, which I don't think that's going to happen, but even if you punt on 4th down, like, you're okay right now. I know they're going to try and score some more points, as they should, as is their God-given right as a flag football team.
Let's see. Trips to the right. Let's see if they score some more points here. Shovel pass to Vero. He catches it, brings it right up the middle. Didn't pick up a first down, but he came mighty close. A pickup of about... Oh, no. My apologies.
First
Yeah,
down.
they're giving him about 10 yards. Yeah, they're giving him 10 yards right there, so the first down. I thought it might be about 9.5, but no, they said it was 10.
That's why we trust the referees, Brent.
Yeah, fair enough. In my defense, though, the referee on the right-hand side, Bruce Hogan, he stopped before the first down. He waited from the far side official to signal first down, but all right. His play continues here. First down. The Crazy Frogs extend the drive. They get the snap now. LaRue looking to his right. He throws to the left. That wheel route is open again. Oh, and off the hands of the receiver who puts her hands on her head in disbelief. And that was number 4 for the Crazy Frogs. Wow, she was wide open for that TD. And Kaylee Bernard.
Oof. Yeah, but this is kind of what I'm talking about. So LDN actually rotates their safeties. They kind of end up in cover 2 to one side of the field. To both sides of the field, but cover 2 with a safety rotation. So you just let them rotate, and then that wheel route's going to come open late. And it does, and unfortunately it's a drop.
And that left-hand side of the field, the right-hand side of the LDN defense has definitely been their weakness all afternoon here. Quick shovel pass. Bringing up the sideline is Danjou. Danjou has been solid so far in this game.
Nice play, man. Just they got the plays. Like they know how to play flag football. I don't know if there's anything else to say other than that. They know how to run a flag football offense.
So now just outside of 3 minutes remaining in this contest again, 29-8 is the lead. 21-point lead for the Crazy Frogs to go trips to the right now on offense. So officials timeout here. Yeah, the ball should be advanced a little bit more.
Because it's right on the 10-yard line. So didn't put the other cone.
Yeah, rare error there by the officials. So play continues here. Ball at the 10-yard line, just outside of the red zone for the Crazy Frogs, looking to add to their lead in the 9 minutes of this contest. Split formation to the right. Crazy Frogs pass it in zone, corner route, and it's almost intercepted.
Great read, great jump on the ball by the corner, man. You know, it's a smash concept where you have basically a corner, look like kind of a slot play, but I think it was a corner route by a slot, and then a hook on the outside, and that's how you play it as a corner. You play in between, and then jump the ball after it's thrown. Really nice play.
Pass intended for number 5, Frederic Leclerc. Almost making an interception there was Kensley Joseph, again, one of the top defensive backs on this team. Same formation now by the Crazy Frogs where they run the same play they do, but now LaRue's going to run with the ball. LaRue getting to the end zone. Touchdown! 35-8 lead now for the Crazy Frogs.
35-8, clock running. I think we can put it to bed. Crazy Frogs with a dominant win here in the championship game against one of the better teams in co-ed too. But like I said, I think this is just a matchup thing. Like this was, we didn't know it until basically the 4th play of the game. But after that, it was like, oh, this is just a bad matchup for LDN, and that's too bad.
So we see now Crazy Frogs looking to add on a little bit more. 2-point convo here, looking to make it a 37-8 game. LaRue gets a snap. 2 quarterbacks back. And that pass falls incomplete, knocked away at the last second in the back of the end zone. So we've seen a lot of 2 quarterback options. We saw 3 right there, made famous by, of course, the Braves in Division 1. Crazy Frogs elected to do that as well, but not throw to either the quarterbacks to the left or to the right of LaRue.
Yeah, I think he just was in a situation where he was like, I'm going to throw the ball, and that's it. And this is going to be the last play of the game.
Yep, so 30 seconds remaining on the clock. And again, because of the pro clock, you have to be essentially within 2 touchdowns, really 16 points for the clock to stop after the first downs and all that stuff. But obviously that is not the case in this one. Pass to the sideline is caught. Play continues right here.
I think they added a minute. I think the clock was wrong. I think on the official clock it's 1:10 and counting, so a couple more plays.
Snap to Mambo. Looks to his right. He throws there.
And like even now, like this has just been the problem the whole game is like they have not been able to be explosive. We've seen one run of like 10 plus yards, but other than that, I don't even know if they have a pass completion of 10 plus yards. That's how dominant this Crazy Frogs defense has been.
Mambo gets a snap, goes to his right now, passes over the middle. A pass was high over the hands of the intended target, and can't see a zoo. And like I said earlier, right at halftime, Crazy Frogs only 6 players in this game, and to speak to the skill that they have in those players right here, their leading receiver in the postseason, Mathilde Silby, with 4 TD catches, I should say. She's not in the lineup. Nick Charvet, not in the lineup. Lauriane Pavin, another impact player, not in the lineup here. Again, rolling with just 6 players, compared to the 10 this afternoon here for LDN. Sometimes less is more, right?
Sometimes less is more. And these are 6 really good players, though.
The fastball sidearm pass from Mambo to the middle. Pick up. So now there's about 20 seconds remaining. LDN, again, just looking to make it a little bit more respectable, the final score.
Throw the ball in the end zone. Go score a touchdown.
Mambo gets a snap, pass over the middle. Both receivers just kind of stopped their route. They weren't sure who the ball was going to. Setting a 4th down now. 4th and about half a yard. See the frustration on the face of Mambo, the quarterback. He's going to run for the first down. He gets it. Tries to make it at the bounce. He's stopped, though, by LaRue. The quarterback on quarterback play right there. First down for LDN. So now 15 seconds left. That's what the officials said. But now we see on the scoreboard. Scoreboard at home for you guys says about 16 seconds. Scoreboard in the complex says 2.5 minutes remaining. Pass to the end zone. Touchdown.
All right, well, finishing on a high note.
Get a fastball there. A rocket of a throw from the quarterback. Caught for a touchdown in the back of the end zone.
Here we go. Onside
yeah,
kick.
That's exactly it. They better go for the onside kick.
You know what? Keep your season going as long as possible. Yeah. Get it. We pay a lot to be in this league, so might as well play every play you possibly can.
So the score is 35-14 in favor of the Crazy Frogs. So what are you calling here? Obviously, again, so on the onside play, you get the ball basically from your old 5 line. You have to get the ball to midfield. If you fall even half a yard short, you give the ball back to your opponents. If the defense knocks the ball down, so they cause an incompletion, they get the ball at your 5-yard line. If the defense picks it off, wherever that intercepting player gets tackled, that's where the offense gets the ball back. If the offense can get the ball past midfield, they get to continue the drive.
Run vertically with everyone and have your outside receiver run a deep in. That's the main Hail Mary, or the main player. He's going to throw it.
Double quarterback option.
Okay, I like that. It's fine.
Jesus with it, throwing to Mambo down the right sideline. The ball hung in the air way too long, though. And Mambo makes a move on the sideline. Does he get the first down?
Game's over.
Yeah, no, he doesn't. That'll do it. 35-14 win for the Crazy Frogs, and they are your Co-Ed 2 division champions. On one side of the fair, pretty much, it got off to a rough start for LDN.
And it didn't get better.
Safety, yeah, it didn't get better. Safety to start the game, and it was pretty much downhill all from there. Again, we saw a couple of offensive spurts, some touchdowns at the end of the game by LDN, but at that point the game was well out of hand. There's a dominating performance by the Crazy Frogs.
Yeah, like I said, styles make fights. And this was two completely different styles of playing flag. One style, one out. And that's the team that has a lot of, like, I would say flag experience in terms of knowing how to run a flag offense and defense. Too bad. It was a great season by LDN. They're a good team. They'll be back. I guarantee you that they will be back.
Okay.
But Crazy Frogs was the class of this game, man. They were incredible today.
And we see with LDN, right? I mean, listen, in the postseason, they scored 28, 34, and 33 points respectively. Obviously, well short of that today, only scoring 14 points on the scoreboard. Do you think it was just too many mistakes, or what do you think really held back the LDN offense?
I think, at the end of the day, it's like the play calling. They didn't really want to test them down the field. Eventually, you got to throw the ball. They're too good. Like, they're shooting underneath stuff. That's their game. Their game is shooting underneath stuff. So if you keep throwing underneath, you're going to, and Sam did a good job, like, not throwing the ball into coverage, but at the same time, he held on to the ball a long time, took some sacks, and then couldn't get the ball down the field later in the down, like as the play was going on. So that, to me, was the main thing. And then defensively, I think it was just matchup based. Like, they just didn't play with the right matchups on defense, and they got done in by some flag concepts. Trips where the snapper runs a wheel. Now, they have picked it up after the third time, yeah, probably. The shovel pass, the double quarterback stuff like that, they were doing not just on the goal line, not just on the conversion. So I think that's where they lost this game.
Okay, so we're going to shoot it down to the sideline to Jeff Rosenblatt, FPF president. He's going to present the the Co-Ed 2 championship and the MVP award as well.
Okay, we're not ready yet.
Yep.
We don't have it yet. We are now watching on the field. Jeff talking to a cold microphone. I don't know what he's saying.
Okay.
Does the mic work or not? By the way, the mic was kind of screwed up yesterday too. Guys.
No, we lost camera connection.
Might have to do that again. Camera 2 is good. Okay, do it again. Cam 2.
Sorry.
3, 2, 1. Okay, go ahead.
Try that again. We're here at field level, day 2 of the road show with the Winter 2025 Co-Ed 2 champs, Crazy Frogs. Can I get Captain Edouard Leroux with me, please? Edouard, quick question. I see you're only 6. You guys had an unbelievable season. I was at your semifinal game. What a game. How does it feel to be an FPF champion?
Very, very glad to be here. Honestly, we had like a dream run in the playoffs. We 6-4, and then made it out all the way to the final. So we're just glad to be able to compete all the way here.
And it's true. They went 6-4 in the regular season. Amazing playoff run. We had a very close debate for the finals MVP because Matisse had an unbelievable game, but it goes to the QB, Edouard Leroux. Congratulations. You guys had a great season. My question is, do you think there's a chance of going to Co-Ed 1 in the future?
I think we'd like that. Yeah, we were wondering at the start of the season what Co-Ed we should try out, but since we were fitting the Co-Ed 2 cap, we told ourselves might as well go for 2 first, and then if we're back, we'll definitely be in Co-Ed 1.
Sounds good. They're using the cap system as they're supposed to in FPF, but beware Co-Ed 1 teams. I think you're going to see Crazy Frogs doing some serious damage in the future. So once again, we have the 2025 Co-Ed 2 champs, Crazy Frogs. Back to you in the booth. Congratulations, guys.
All right, so
great win. Good season. Good season. Shao?
MVP of this contest.
No,
Matisse, great game. Great
he
game.
Won this game.
Yeah.
He won this game.
Okay, so let me ask you. So obviously you play in Plenty of Fish in Co-Ed 1. Do you think now the Crazy Frogs have what it takes to make the jump to play against you guys and the rest of Co-Ed 1?
Both those teams are Co-Ed 1 teams.
Yeah.
Like, that's just what it is. Both those teams are Co-Ed 1 teams. I've always said that the top teams in Co-Ed 2 are not only just like, oh, they would kind of come up and lose a bunch of games in Co-Ed 1. No, they would compete in Co-Ed 1. Like, both those teams can compete in Co-Ed 1 for sure.
Are you saying, okay, compete is one thing. Championship contender?
Yeah, they're good teams,
Okay,
man. Like,
okay.
Like, at some point, there's not, again, there's a middle class and a lower class of Co-Ed 2, which couldn't compete, but the top 3 or 4 teams like this. Like they're good. They're good, man.
Okay, so LDN and Crazy Frogs, you're here to hear Seth Galina from Plenty of Fish is telling you guys it's time to step it up and join Co-Ed 1. We'll have to see, obviously, if that happens in the future. So, again, congrats to Crazy Frogs, your Co-Ed 2 division champions with a 35-14 W over LDN. Don't forget, coming up next, we have the Division 5B championship matchup between the 9-1 number 2 seed Maccabees and the 7-3 number 7 seed Dirty Dog. Steph and I will be on the call for that one. Stay tuned.